Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the 2022 FIFA World Cup preview show. We will see you in 5 minutes to discuss everything World Cup. That transition did not work. Oh, there it goes.
Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with a cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring to the knees. Take the fantasy. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. Time to make the bleed. Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
and welcome to the World Cup preview show, the 2022 FIFA World Cup preview show. I'm your host, Zach Bischoff, and that man over there is.
Danny Shannon, sir.
All right, I hope you're not sick, Danny. All right, so today the World Cup obviously kicks off later on today, the afternoon. This is again at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we'll first bring up the Danny, your thoughts on it being the World Cup is taking place in Qatar, which is, for those of you who don't know geography, which is me, but is located in the Middle East. I had to Google that, but let's see. So we'll first bring up the World Cup groups for you, and there they are. So as you see, the United States of America is in Group B, along with England, Iran, and Wales. And Diddy, I think that this will be the leave this up here for a moment, so you all can take a look at that. And Diddy, we just talk about how you think the U.S. is going to do in that group. And yeah.
Yeah, Zach, for sure, man. Obviously, great to be with you again, man. And we are in the process, right, of arguably the biggest sporting event in the world. I would argue. I mean, it happens only every 4 years, and it's so global. 32 different fan bases, all coming for one common goal: the World
64, I think. Wait. 64? Yeah, I think 64.
32,
32? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
No, yeah. Yeah, 32, I think. I hope. No, but yeah, as far as, the US, right? They they missed out on the last World Cup here, and that was a, new low for US soccer, losing to I believe it was Trinidad and Tobago to not be able to qualify for the 2016 World Cup. I'm sorry, for the 2018 World Cup. And that was a new low for U.S. soccer. But yeah, man. We're here. We've qualified, so that's the first step, right? But Zach, I kind of hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we know what the U.S. is like for soccer.
I need you to project. I need you to talk a little bit louder for me.
All righty. Let me move my mic closer here. I got you.
There we go. You should try that. There we go. Try that.
No, but Zach, I really think that we are in a tough group. I mean, England and Wales are very good. I think England. I mean, I just think they are probably going to be the winner of this group.
Yes.
I really think that I don't see the level of depth that we have compared to other teams. I think honestly, I think the ceiling for this team is around a 16, which again would be it is momentum considering that 4 years ago we didn't even get here. But I just think I have been really unimpressed with Greg Berhalter as a manager. I really don't love that, and I'm sure we'll get into that later here. But I think that my prediction off the bat is just I really think the ceiling is around a 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. And it's interesting because the U.S., U.S., Canada, and Mexico, I believe, all get guaranteed bids into the 2026 World Cup,
Right?
As they were elected host country for the countries for the next World Cup next cycle here. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting just to see just how far like this team, like I see them winning 2 games, Iran, and I think they might beat. Well, I shouldn't leave that finger up there, but sorry about that. But I think that they just edge out Wales. I'm gonna say in a penalty shootout. We'll get to picks in a minute. And I will now show you the schedule for today's round of games. So as I will hit share over here. window. Yeah. All right. So we have this is all in my local time zone, by the way. So we have Qatar and Ecuador. That should be, and then I'll be watching all the games. But I think, I think um, Group B down here is going to be interesting. See, the U.S. is down here. They play Wales at that would be 2 o'clock Eastern on the 21st, and then going down here. Um, we have minus, and so Danny, just your thoughts on this. Oh, there's only one game, so just Danny, your thoughts on Qatar versus Ecuador there.
Yeah, man. I think I was looking at
as your knowledge may be. Excuse me. Sorry. All right.
yeah, no, I was looking at the groups earlier, Zach, and I really think, and I was trying to do a deep dive, trying to figure out, what teams I think. I think Ecuador, man. I think they will surprise some people. They are always very very you know like they're not always the most favorite team coming out, obviously, but I think they'll beat Qatar in that game. But overall, Zach, I think, and I mean, this is a testament to the competition in the field as a whole, and I really think that Group A might be the easiest group, but Group A has Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. I mean, the Netherlands is another team, Zach, that I kind of have my eye on. Right?
Yeah.
You never. They're just always kind of really consistent. Their fans, their fans travel well. It's around the world, although that might be a little bit different in Qatar. I'm not exactly sure of the situation with that, but I just think that I think overall this might be the most unpredictable World Cup we've had.
Yeah.
From my point of view, Zach, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I really think, and I know that Argentina hasn't for a lot of years has not had success on the international stage here. I think this might be Messi's last. I don't want to say last hurrah because he's still very very good, and I think he'll. I mean, he's obviously one of the best players in the world, if not the best. I think the best. But I really think looking at Argentina's just the amount of depth they have and all that, I think that they will be a favorite coming out of here. Also, Zach, I think that Brazil too will be they will be. If I had to pick my two favorites, it would be Brazil and Argentina. So here's your thoughts, Zach.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I have another thought for you with Portugal here. Do you think that Cristiano Ronaldo and his apparent disrespect for Eric Ten Hag is somewhat overshadows his participation? I feel like it'll be interesting to see just how because I believe he's under suspension from a team issue suspension from Man United, so it'll be interesting to see just how he performs for his country at the international level. I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, from the start of the I guess from the start of his tenure at Man U, there's been a lot of tension, right, Jack? There's been a lot of, there hasn't been a very positive. It just has not been very positive for him, and I think that, I mean, obviously, I don't think it shouldn't affect his play for Portugal because Portugal and Man United are obviously separate teams. For example, I mean, club versus country. But I think what it comes back to, Zach, is honestly, I think Cristiano Ronaldo, for as good as he is, and this is also a lot of this play on the field. I feel like he sometimes, and I'll be interested to see like if this is apparent at Portugal, he sometimes gets so caught up in his own glory, like how many goals can I score, as Messi, and this has been my argument as opposed you always hear like on the playground or whatever, oh, who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? I think it's Messi, and I answer this always because he's just a better teammate than Ronaldo is. So I'm going to be
Uh,
interested to see that kind of how that kind of contrasts.
uh, I'll get my thoughts in that after I'm done with this. Your thoughts on as I bring the roster, your players to watch on the U.S. Roster here.
Yeah, man. Interesting story, and I know this is a little bit off topic. Interesting story about Matt Turner though, Zach. He did not play. He did not play soccer until high school, man.
Right.
And then he went to Fairfield University, and now he's on the national team playing in his first World Cup. And that is just that is awesome that is awesome to me. Follow your dreams, everybody out there, man.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams.
Yeah, my player to watch is this man right here, Christian Pulisic. He is a local boy. He's from out in Hershey, PA, which is out east of us here.
Oh yeah.
So he was over in he played for Dortmund over in the German Bundesliga for a while, but he is over playing with Chelsea in the Premier League for his club. Now, I think that that Pulisic has excuse me has to have a really, really good tournament if the U.S. has any chance to advance. Now, I don't know many other players on this squad, but and as you see, there is the coach there without a picture. Danny, just your thoughts and your players to watch.
Yeah, man. Like you said, Zach, I think this is a young team, right? I think that and I like this, right? I think we got some guys that are playing having roles in the Premier League that are guys playing in Europe, which that's been a recent development, Zach. That's been recent. Like Christian Pulisic kind of started that trend of Americans playing overseas because you just never really saw that because of English guys have academies and all that, and it's just a different kind of structure here in the U.S.
Right.
But I think Zach, and I think from what I've been, I have not but I was doing a little bit of reading. I am really interested to see the level of involvement Brendan Aronson gets because I think he's always been a spark for the U.S. when he's played. He plays for Leeds United, I believe, and has been having an all right season over there. I think, and from what I've been hearing, he's going to be a kind of our first guy off the bench, which I like. So you always hear about impact subs, right, Zach? The impact subs change the game. When you got 30 minutes left, you go to the impact sub. So I think if guys if our midfield can connect and can. The biggest thing, Zach, and I know I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but the biggest thing for the U.S. in order to have success is we've got to capitalize on our chances. Because against England, for example, we are not going to have very many chances. Because just because of the way that we play, because of how strong England is. So I just feel like we gotta make sure we capitalize here. So I'm looking for Brendan Aronson to be that spark.
All right, so now let's bring the schedule up once again. So Danny, we're going to go through the specifically, the U.S. Game matches first, and we're going to give our picks. So first off, we have United States versus Wales. Danny, your pick.
Yes, Zach. I think that is an interesting one off the bat. I think this one kind of seems the most wide open. I would think. Obviously Wales, Gareth Bale drives the bus for them, and had been doing so for a while. I'm going to say, and I know this is unremarkable, but I think this is almost a. It's better to do this than lose. What I'm going to say. I think we tie 1-1 against Wales. I think we tie 1-1 against Wales.
All right. I am going to say a 2-1 penalty shootout. Oh wait, no, never mind. We don't no penalty shootouts yet. I am going to say 2-1 Wales stoppage time goal.
Oh, I hope you're wrong, Zach.
All right. and as I try and find the next one here, we have where the heck is it?
A lot of games in between, huh, ZB?
Yes. All right.
Jack, real quick,
Yes.
and this goes back to my point about, and we can get into this obviously after we do the picks here. Just seeing these European teams, there's always been a European powerhouse, in
Yes.
the past of these World Cups, Zach. And I mean, obviously Spain is always tough, but I just have not. I just cannot, and I don't know the right way to put. I think this goes back to my point about being how it's being unpredictable. There is not a clear, distinct European powerhouse that there was in prior years, and I think the reason for that, Jack, is just the whole world is catching up. So I just wanted to throw that in there real quick. I didn't mean to. Yeah.
All right, next one. England, United States. I will go first. I say a 6-0 and a 6-1 defeat to England. Danny?
Zach, I tend to agree with you. I think we're gonna put up
Harry
bit more
Kane
of a
has
fight.
a hat trick. Harry
What's
Kane
up?
has a hat. Harry Kane will have a hat trick this game. I hope I'm wrong. But
Yeah. I think now, call me if you have listened to our English Premier League shows previously. I have said that I really do not like Harry Maguire. Now, Harry Maguire, and I was talking to my dad before the show, and he knows that I do not like Harry Maguire very much, and because he's a big soccer fan. I was like, I'm going to make a Harry Maguire reference on this podcast. I think that the United States will lose this game, but I think it's going to be 4-2 because I think Harry Maguire makes a bad mistake and we capitalize on it.
All right, and lastly for the U.S., we have Iran versus the United States. I will say a 5-0 win for the United States over Iran.
Yeah,
Pulisic has 2 goals.
Nice. That would be ideal. I don't know a ton about Iran, Zach, and I think that
I don't either.
I think that this game, obviously, on the third match day, it's all about goal differential and standings and whatnot, and that's when you're on the edge of your seat, and then it's a nail biter. I'm gonna say the United States prevails, and it's a 3-0 victory. But we'll see.
Okay. All right. Next, we'll bring the groups back up here. Danny, you're and we'll do this for all these groups. Your pick to advance out of group. Your 2 picks to advance out of Group A.
Mm-hmm. Out of Group A, I'm looking at Ecuador and the Netherlands. Like I said, I just think.
Yes, I will. I'll pick the same. And well, let's go down the line. B.
Group B. It pains me to say this, Zach. I'm not as optimistic as you seem to be with the 5-0 victory or 6-0 victory or whatever you said against Iran. I think United States. I think games are competitive. But I think we fall short, and I think England and Wales are going to advance.
C.
See, like I said, I think Argentina. I think the more and more I look at them, the more and more I see. Again, why is Argentina always considered a favorite? Because they have Messi. So I think he's going to play a big role in there. I mean, he's obviously it runs through him. So I think Argentina is going to win Group C, but I think it's going to come down to Mexico and Poland. I think Mexico is going to make a run, man. So I'm going to pick Mexico coming out of Group C.
All right. D.
Okay. I always feel like Denmark has the opportunity to again be kind of that sneaky team that always they always seem to do better than they should in international tournaments. So give me France and Denmark out of Group D here.
E.
I think. I mean, that's a tough group, especially for a country like Japan. Just not historically have not been as strong as nations like Spain or Germany. I think Spain and Germany come on that one.
F.
Oh, Zach, this is a tough one, man, because you got, I mean, Belgium. They're always kind of a flashy, fun team to watch. So I think that they will advance. Croatia, Zach. Thinking back to the 2018 World Cup, Luka Modric played out of his mind. They made it to the World Cup final. I don't think they'll get quite there, Zach. I don't think they will get. I just think the field is too deep, and I think that Croatia was kind of relying on their top players like a little bit too much. And I mean, credit to them, they played really well. But I think that Belgium and Croatia will win on this group.
All right, G.
I think Brazil is going to smoke all three teams, just because I feel like they're so far above. The way that they play is it's really fun to watch. You got guys like Neymar, up and coming guys like Gabriel Jesus. So I think their offense will be really good. I would say Brazil and I'll say Brazil and Serbia.
And lastly, Group H.
Now this is an interesting one too, Zach, because you got teams that are Portugal and Uruguay especially always seem to say this is the year, right? This is the year that they make a run, and then they always kind of follow it up with a disappointing performance here. But I'm gonna say Portugal and Uruguay advance. But again, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about what teams you kind of see making runs. But I just think this field, looking at it holistically, is just so wide open.
All right, I will say the following in first place, second place order. Group A, I will go with Ecuador and the Netherlands. B, England, Wales. C, Argentina, Mexico. D, France and Denmark. E, Spain and Germany. F, Belgium, Canada. G, Brazil and Switzerland. H, Portugal and Uruguay. And any final as I put us back on the screen here. I don't do that. And get that out of here. And don't choke to death. Okay. Let's. There we go. Okay. Any final thoughts on people before we leave them to go enjoy the games? Just under a half hour here.
Yeah, man. It's the World Cup, so let's enjoy it here, Zach. I mean,
Yes,
I sound like a broken record, and I always do. I need to figure out ways to spice it up a little bit. No, but I really just think, and I've said this probably 5 times by this point, the field is so wide open. Every team can make a run. That's what we love about sports, Zach. That's why the World Cup is so great. So let's go. Let's have a day, all right?
Yes, sir. And one final thing. Your World Cup final predictions go.
My world, oh boy, ZB.
World Cup final, and then you'll pick a winner.
Okay, I'm not exactly. I've not looked at the bracket, but if
I will bring the groups up again for reference.
Okay. I am going to say, and I know this kind of. I think that Argentina. And again, I'm not sure about who will play who, depending on who. But if I had to put the 2 best teams that I think are going to do the best, I'm going to say Argentina And call me crazy, Zach. Call me crazy because it's very hard to repeat in any sports. But I think Argentina and France get to the World Cup final. France, they're not as heavily hyped up as they were the last cycle, but I think there's something in the French croissants there in France. It just they're gonna have a good tournament. But with that being said, I think Argentina will get it done, Zach, and I think
Yes.
that they will beat France by a score of 2-1. And I think Lionel Messi just has a great tournament in general.
I am going to say for my prediction, and I will say England and England, Brazil, and
Ooh.
I think England will prevail in the World Cup final.
Score?
I will say 2-1 penalty shootout.
Nice.
All right, Danny. Any final thoughts for the people before we let them go to a little bit of last minute tailgating here?
No, Zach. Always just love hopping on with you, bud. Love doing these preview shows, and I just really can't wait for some soccer, man.
Yeah, so look for following the tournament, we will do another we'll just that'll just be a regular episode of All Things Sports. So we will wait, I'm not ready to do that yet. Hang on, let's remove that. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's your no more thoughts. All right, you're good. And look for following the tournament. We will do a reaction show. It will probably be close to episode number 40 of All Things Sports. And for now, thank you for listening and watching the special presentation of the All Things Sports Podcast Network. And until next time, we'll see you again very, very soon. I just messed that outro up royally, but we'll look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. And until then,
Bye for now.
thank you. Okay.